guys. So I feel like we need to talk about a little something that happened in this country last week. Something terrible that happened in this country last week. And of course I'm talking about Sanjaya getting kicked off American Idol. Oh, and then there was that kid that killed all those people too. That was pretty bad. Has anyone else realized how ridiculous the media coverage of this thing has been? The day that it happened, they're going through like the records of all the people that have set previous records. They're like, oh, this guy in 1993 killed 26 people in a cafeteria in Texas, and this guy back on the clock tower in 1966, he killed 16 people, and this guy got 33. That's the best score ever, kids. Get out there and beat that. I was watching Anderson Cooper 360. He's talking to some psychological expert. We'll call him John Smith, just for the hell of it. John Smith is like, I think it's very irresponsible of us to be showing this guy's videos and showing his pictures and stuff, because you're just putting his message out there. You're giving him a platform. You're doing exactly what he wanted in the first place. This guy went and did these horrible things because he wanted publicity. He wanted to go down in infamy. He was a person that nobody ever noticed through his entire life, and he wanted to die with everyone knowing his name for all eternity and all of history. He wanted to go down in the pages of history, and this is exactly what you're doing by giving this guy a platform. And all you're doing is inspiring some other kid out there that's thinking of doing the same thing, that's going to try and beat that and kill more people. That is all you're doing by doing this, and I think it's very irresponsible. Without skipping a beat, Anderson Cooper says, "Thank you very much. That was John Smith, a psychological expert. Let's watch that video again." And then he high-fived the person sitting next to him, which I thought was very unprofessional. But they say it's because of the movies and the video games, of course. They always get to that. The kid had a hammer in one of the pictures, and of course that matches up to a movie poster of a South Korean film that was very violent, and that's why, that's the link. It's the movies and the video games, the violence in the media, that's what causes these kids to go into their schools and shoot them up. It's the violence in the movies and the video games. They never seem to mention the fact that it might have something to do with shitty parenting, or leaving loaded guns laying around your kid, or just ignoring crazy people when they do crazy things, and giving them guns when they want them. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the media sensationalizes this every single time it happens, and gives that next person that wants to do it the fucking idea in their head that, oh, all I have to do is kill a bunch of people and leave some notes around and put a message up on my MySpace and I'll be famous. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know why? Because I'm a pretty angry guy. I watch a lot of movies. I play a lot of video games. But I'm not going to go walk into a mall and start shooting people point blank range in the face because I was playing House of the Dead. I will mess up some zombies if I ever see those bastards though. Because I know if you shoot a zombie in the neck, his head will come right off, so bring it on, zombies. And all you self-righteous people out there are so against video game violence, you're going to thank God when the zombies finally do attack. Because we have an army of 16-year-old zombie slayers in this country that are going to save us all. Thank you. I think the best solution to this problem is just make an arcade game called School Shooting. Because a kid can go to the arcade with his yearbook and just scan in the pictures of the people he doesn't like. They pop up right there in the game. He can shoot everyone in the face in virtual reality and no one ever really gets hurt. And then as a special added bonus feature, he can make a DVD copy of the game he just played, send it to all the people that appeared in it with a note that says, "Leave Johnny alone, motherfucker." Problem solved. Vote for Dave Ott in 2008. I'll make it happen. Anna Nicole Smith, that happened. She died. And it was apparently the biggest news story ever to occur until like some Asian kid killed a bunch of people. But up until that point, that's all we were hearing about. Anna Nicole Smith this, Anna Nicole Smith that, blah, blah, blah. Why? What is she? She's famous for fucking an old guy. I'm sure 7 or 8 of you women in here fucked an old guy. Have you ever found out the news for it? No. Nobody would care if you died. This is the thing. We're so obsessed with celebrity in this country. We're so obsessed with pretty white people in this country. Why do I need 24-hour coverage of what's going on with Anna Nicole Smith's body? Throw her in the ocean. Who gives a fuck? She's a dead whore. Why do I have to know? I want to see what's going on in Iraq. I want to see what's going on in the world. And that's what they fight. It's ridiculous. Natalie Holloway, the girl that disappeared in Aruba. One girl disappeared in Aruba. And we have to hear about that on the news for 6 months. It's Natalie Holloway disappeared, everybody. We need to find this girl. She was pretty and she was blonde and she wasn't a whore at all. And we need to find her. Look under your couch cushions. Is Natalie Holloway there? Someone put her mother on Oprah. Someone do something. Oh, by the way, black girl disappeared from Milwaukee this week. But screw her, she's black. This is a pretty white girl we're talking about. Terry Schiavo was a woman that was on life support. 6 months we had to hear about that debate. We need to evaluate where we are as a people in a society that we're willing to just go ahead and put someone to sleep if they can't breathe or eat or feel on their own. Life is a precious gift from God. Oh, by the way, 6,000 people died in an earthquake in Sumatra today, but screw them, they're brown. This is a half-dead white lady we're talking about. What we meant to say is white life is precious. We should have specified. JonBenet Ramsey was 10 years ago. We still have to see her picture in every magazine cover as you're walking through the grocery store line. The only reason anyone cared about JonBenet Ramsey in the first place is because she was a pretty little white girl. Do you know how many Mexican kids I've killed? No one said shit. Just trying to make a point for America.